What up, just 350 JP in the house. What's happening? I was gonna say something that, what's his name? Tokyo Sam. I think that's his name. He always be talking about the Wizard Fizzle with the shizzle. It's funny. Funny. Anyway, we just started talking about that because I was just listening to Snoop Dogg right now. I mean, not Snoop Dogg, Too Short. But anyway, and how that mixed them two up, I don't know. Players, I guess, I don't know. But anyway, I was just thinking, hey, things in the States are getting pretty wild. Last week I was looking on this site about plants and stuff like that. And I hear there's a bill that they're trying to push through where they're going to outlaw people from growing their own food. I suggest I'm gonna look that up some more, but I suggest you think. I guess it won't be hard to be able to be blocked or anything because they're gonna pass what they want since they are the elected representatives, and because black people are going around not doing what they're supposed to do. We don't have anyone who represents the hood that's up in politics, and I am. How can I say that? I was going to get into it too. Gosh, I was going to get into it. But these things happen. I just end up leaving the States and hadn't had a chance to get back. But I think I was maybe 19 years old. I met this white couple on the beach. And I don't know why. I was at Venice Beach. And we just started talking. And I guess I just happened to ask him, what is he doing? He said he worked for the government or something. And I was like, well, how do you do that? He said, just go to some office and write your name down on some paper, fill out some form, and that was it. And I'm like, you joke? He said, yeah. But I forgot exactly what he said, so I didn't go do it, but I should have did it, right? But the reason we don't get people that's from the hood up in there is because, we are just too busy not, doing what we're supposed to do. And, young getting fights, go to jail, or you get into all kinds of things that happen. We're pretty much, being led around pretty much, and that's not just for brothers only. That's a lot of people come to the States, and you got these people that's in control, basketball, making billions of dollars. That's professional and college level, and got these restaurants and these stores. Starbucks is just killing, and those, these big corporations with all this medical stuff, they make it billions. I was just reading this book, and it said that people, I forgot what year it was, but 92 or 98 or something like that, people spend $14 billion on alternative medical medicines that they've spent out of their pockets. $14 billion. And just imagine if you can harness that money into your own pocket so you can do something, better. But I think if that bill passes where you can't grow your own food, then that's like the beginning of the end for those in the States. I don't know if these other countries are doing that, but if that was to happen, I definitely wouldn't want to be in a situation like that where people dictate what you are to eat. So once I figured that out, just getting shaped, start learning what foods to eat. Like somebody on one of my posts said that in the comment one of my videos said that black people suffer from lack of vitamin D and this and that and this and that. And I read this other site where it said that the reason we lacked in vitamin D was because when we were taken over to England, there was no sun, and then in our own environment, we're fine because we eat the foods that contain vitamin D, and mostly it comes from fish. Vitamin D, just eat fish, 2-3 times a week. Tuna, salmon. Tuna, I think they said tuna is the best. Tuna, salmon, halibut, but all kinds of fish, or you can just take fish oil and stuff like that. And the vitamin D, I believe it's used to help absorb calcium or something we need for our bones or something like that. But it's something that's not pretty much developed in the body. But they say, I guess whites can develop it or something like that because of the temperature, because of their makeup, and because of their climate that they're in, that it produces it and stuff like that. So we have our problems and things like that, but most of our problems basically is going to just be because of the food that we eat and the external stress and the internal stress that we put on ourselves. If things go down and there's problems, brothers, sisters, do not get out there and act a fool in them streets. When people start acting up and start acting like you see on TV, when things get bad, maintain your self-control. Don't do what they did in LA. Don't do that, because I'm telling you, it's not going to be a pretty sight. And it's just an excuse for them to do whatever what they already want to do. And don't give them that excuse. Get in shape. A lot of people are just like way, way, way too overweight. If you want to if you want to lose that weight, then, like I said, in the summertime, just sit in your bathroom and sweat it. If it's real hot in your house, don't turn the air conditioning on, and then you can sweat that stuff off. Just sitting there. If it's real hot, just sit there and drink a little bit of water. I guess that's defeating the purpose, but just sweat it out. Get in a hot bath and just sweat that stuff out. Or if you can go to a cheap sauna or whatever. That's what I'm gonna start doing tonight, because I got a sauna in my house. So I'm just gonna sit there and just sweat. And I know I still have to walk and do other kinds of exercises, and there are things to do. Please lose weight. And one reason I say do it is, like in Japan, a lot of people are starting to get into shape and stuff. I mean, really working out and get into shape and stuff. Because if something happens, like any type of emergency happens, if you're out of shape, all you're doing is just create a problem that doesn't necessarily have to be there. It's like, if there's something you need to get into a boat and you're like the size of 3 people, that's not fair and stuff like that. So, and I'm talking about myself too, because I know I need to lose some weight too. And just having that weight and stuff, it messes with your mind and stuff. But like I said, if things get crazy and stuff like that, please, 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 please do not get out in the streets acting silly, because they got something for you, and they got something for you. So please. Another thing to do is start reading about these books. A lot of books online, a lot of sites online about eating healthy and things like that, and start thinking. When you go out to certain cafes or certain restaurants and you start to eat, while you're eating, you just think to yourself, hey, do I need this? Do I really, really need to eat this? I mean, I could sit at home and I could probably cook up some fish and make a big giant salad and just eat the whole salad, and just, that'll be enough. So just, while you're doing things that you don't need to do, which I do a lot, this is just while you're doing it. Every you smoke, you're taking a puff, because that's a lot of money you're spending smoking that cigarette, and then you just ask yourself, do I really, really need to smoke this cigarette? Do I really need to smoke this cigarette? What is this doing for me? And another thing too, cod liver oil. If you can get it, that helps clean the black stuff in your lungs, and probably prevents you from getting cancer and stuff. So, jump on that real quick. And if you can, try to find a company, see if you can even sell it so you can make some money. I'm out. Peace.